And speaking of wine, May is Michigan Wine Month, my favorite month of the year. And to kick it off, Dunebird Winery in Northport is launching a special wine in collaboration with Friends of Sleeping Bear Dunes to save the endangered piping plover.
That's right. Here with us to talk about the new release and the upcoming launch is Bekah Bell from Dunebird Winery. Thanks so much for being here. Good day to you.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Tell us about Dunebird Winery to start us off and the history of your existence there in Northport.
Sure. We're located on M22 north of Leland, south of Northport. 20 years ago, it was Gill's Pier Winery, which a lot of people remember as one of the first wineries on the peninsula. And then it became a yak and alpaca ranch in the time in between. And the last 4 years, it's been Dunebird Winery. The founders, Bo and Nicole White, had a love for aviation. And so that's been our theme. Dunebird is sort of a nod to the dunes across the street. And then their love for aviation and their little plane called Ladybird. We are now a part of Harmony Estate Wineries of Leelanau and are SIP certified, which is sustainability in practice. And so we are now evolving and taking that Dunebird name to think about how can we actively protect those dunes and now the birds around us.
Wow, well, that's amazing. And you're partnering for this new wine release with Friends of Sleeping Bear. Tell us a little bit about that collaboration and how that came about.
Yeah, so we are opening a new wine this week, and it is, anytime you have a new wine, you think, how are we going to market this? There's tons of wineries, there's tons of opportunity in Leelanau, and we decided it's the right time to start helping the national park. Sleeping Bear Dunes is such a great part of Leelanau County. And so we knew it was going to be a sweet rosé. We knew it was going to be pink, and we thought it'd be a great time to give a nod to our Dunebird name. And so we named it Pink Plover and decided that we need to have this have a cause. And so we have decided to partner with Friends of Sleeping Bear Dunes. They are number one in helping the national park protect and conserve not only the natural resources, but the birds. And they also have a huge, huge role in making the parks more accessible for people with different abilities. And we're just so excited to be partnering with Friends of Sleeping Bear.
Well, I imagine. Beautiful color. I do love that.
Yeah.
Can't open this on the air, but tell us about the name, the Pink Plover, and really the significance of the piping plover itself, why it's endangered and why you guys chose this cause.
If you're not familiar with a plover, it is, it looks like a little killdeer, and it lives on the shores, and it lays its eggs on the shores, and it is endangered because their eggs look like stones. And so whether you have people visiting the parks who accidentally step on them, dogs kind of play with the nests, they need protected. And so the Great Lakes is a nesting site for the piping plover, and Michigan has almost 75% of all bird pairs. And so by naming it Pink Plover, we wanted to support this special bird and the conservation efforts that go with it.
And you're launching this wine this week, and you also have an event to celebrate the launch. Tell us about that event and how people can come and attend.
Yep, this Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m., we are hosting a release party. This is going to be the first time anyone has been able to taste the wine. We're going to have live music from Luke Wiltansky, who is just a favorite in the area. Friends of Sleeping Bear is going to be there. There's going to be plover experts and volunteers who are going to be giving education tools, a lot of family-friendly hands-on activities. There's going to be dog teams that talk about how to safely have your dogs in the park. We're going to have non-alcoholic plover punch, and just an opportunity for this to really be a gathering space for our community and to really start putting into practice that we care about the people in our community, we care about the planet, and this is a great way to support all of those efforts.
In our final minute here, can you tell us about the flavor, the crafting of this, and also the punch too? I'm curious about both of those.
Yeah, so like I said, we're SIP certified sustainability in practice. So this is a really organic, natural approach to making wine. It is comprised of French-American hybrids, Seyval Blanc, Vignoles, Riesling. There's even some red French-American hybrids like Marquette and Frontenac Gris. And so it's really fruit forward. On the nose, you're gonna get some bubblegum, strawberries, like really sweet flavors. But then as you sip it, it's gonna evolve into a little bit more tropical fruits, which is going to be, you know, the guava, papaya. And so it's unlike anything we have on our menu.
Really good.
Yeah, it's delicious, and it is A perfect is going to be offered limited release in the summer, which is going to pair up with the time that the piping plover is in Michigan of April to October. Wow. So we hope everyone grabs it while it's available.
And it sounds like a perfect flavor to jump into spring and the summertime. I mean, all those flavors combined. I'm like, that's what I think of when I think of a northern Michigan summer. So you guys nailed it.
Yeah,
awesome.
And rosé all May is the phrase. So.
I love it. The best month of the year, rosé all May.
Thanks, Bekah. Awesome. Bekah Bell from Dunebird Winery. We'll share this interview and information on 910news.com and
Wonderful.
Encourage folks to pour for the plover.
Pour for the plovers.
It's our event this Thursday. Yes, amazing. Well,